Hello everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. We are doing honey garlic pork chops tonight, and I'm adding ginger to them because I think it's going to be phenomenal. My weight loss is going along just wonderful. I've lost another 1.5 pounds, so I am extremely happy. I am heating oil up right now, and this is a very simple recipe, very simple. It's one of my husband's favorites. Okay, we have 4 pork chops, a 1/4 cup of chicken broth, 1/4 cup of honey, about 6 cloves of garlic minced, about a tablespoon of ginger minced, 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of butter, and then salt and pepper, and I put a little garlic powder on the pork loin before I cook it. And what I'm going to do is I'm heating the oil up right now. Once that's nice and hot, I'm going to throw the pork loin in there. I'm going to brown it on each side, and then I'm going to remove it from the pan. It's going to be about halfway cooked, and I'm going to cover it and let it set while I make the sauce. So here we go. We're getting ready to start. And I also heat my broiler to high, because once we're done with this, we're going to throw it right underneath that broiler and just crisp up the edges, and it's going to be phenomenal. My husband loves this, and it's so easy, especially after the day that I've had. It's, I really like my job, but some days, I have to deal with customers. I have to deal with reps that can't get their orders to go through. So, things can get a little bit hectic sometimes. Today was one of those days. But I thought about having wine, but I'm trying to cut back on that a little bit. Not that I drink too much, but there's calories in wine. So I limit it to 1 or 2 nights a week where I'll have about 4 ounces of wine. Because anybody that's had the surgery knows that it goes straight to your blood system. Okay, so I've got my oil getting warm. You hear that sizzle? That is what you want. Because if you put it in there too soon and that oil's not hot enough, it's like soaks the oil up, and it's not as good of an end product. And it looks like I had a little butt left at the end of my pork loin, so that'll be my lunch for tomorrow. What I do for my lunches, and I've told you folks that we have a wonderful restaurant at work. And I did eat down there last Friday for the first time. I went down with a girlfriend of mine and we split a wrap. It was really good. I mean, the calorie content was probably about 400 calories in half a wrap. And that was just turkey and cheese and a little mayo. So I'm not going to make it a habit. But what I normally do for lunch is I will take the protein from the dinner the night before, usually 2 to 3 ounces of it, depending on what it is and what the calorie count of that is. And if I need a filler, if I feel like I'm going to need a filler, I will take some vegetables. Okay, what I'm cooking with our pork chops tonight is green beans, because I love our green beans. And I buy a brand, I don't want to mention the brand name, but it is an Italian southern seasoned green bean, and it is wonderful. I don't even have to add anything to it. I'm not much on canned vegetables, but this one I really do like. And on nights like when I work, especially when I'm working later hours, I don't want to have to come home and mess with making fresh green beans. This is simple, it's easy, and we both love it. It's a big can, so that means I have green beans for tomorrow's lunch. You see how that's nice and browned right there? I'm really into this fresh ginger right now. Anything fresh. I even bought fresh basil, which just to keep in that, not just the container. I actually bought a plant, if you see it over there, and I normally kill plants. My husband asked me, why do you keep buying stuff? They just die. I cannot grow herbs. I've tried several different things, so I thought, well, I'll just do one. So it's actually flourishing. We'll see how it goes. I've been clipping off of it. I'm not really sure how to do that, but I do like the fresh basil. It makes a world of difference. We had a dinner party the other night where they were having Italian, and I took a Capri salad with fresh mozzarella and some nice ripe tomatoes that I put some fresh basil over the top and a little olive oil, and we served it with a whole wheat cracker, and it was just phenomenal. everybody enjoyed it and it was gone. So that means it's good if it's gone. The spaghetti that we had that night was, oh my gosh, the folks that had hosted the dinner party had been cooking it all day, and you could tell it was made with love. And I can't, that's one time I wish I could eat more, because I love pasta, and I just can't eat huge amounts of pasta. It like balls up in my stomach, and I get nauseous and half sick, and it's just something I don't know if I eat it too fast, if I don't chew it up well enough, but you all know what I'm talking about. And the calorie count on pasta is so high for just a little bit that you get. It's like, I don't know, I think it's like 200 calories a serving. I'm not sure if a serving is a cup. I think we're about ready to pull them off the fire. So what we're going to do now is we're going to remove these from the fire. Just let them sit there and kind of hang out. And then I'm going to add this butter to the pan. Get me a metal spatula. And we're going to stir that around a little bit. Don't want to get it too brown. Then we're going to add our aromatics. And we're just going to let them cook for about a minute, not long. Long enough to where they start smelling. We're going to scrape up all them brown bits on the bottom, and I tell you what, this is going to be phenomenal when it's done. See how that's starting to get brown? We don't want to get too brown. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our chicken broth, stir it around, and then we're going to add our honey. And I did heat my honey up so it would come out of there faster. Okay, so we got that going. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add I'm going to put a little more garlic powder in there, and our rice wine vinegar. A little oil left in there. So we have all that done. I'm going to turn this up and get it cooking, and I'm going to go ahead and add these back in. 1, 2, four. There we go, and grab me a spoon. Just gonna get me a ladle. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. We want to reduce that sauce, not quite by half, but almost half. Just want to get a little thicker. I just keep basting it, keep basting it, keep basting it. Doesn't get any better than that, you know that. Really, if you add up the calories in this, you're going to be surprised that it's not really, you know, when you're doing the sauce like this, it's kind of hard to get the calorie down exactly right unless you measure the sauce, you know, and do the sauce and this different separately. But I'm not that advanced, so mine's kind of a guesstimate. And if I'm in doubt, I overestimate. So say I'm doing my calories, I'm like, well, maybe instead of putting down, 100 calories or something, I'll put 125. I always opt to go up. I'd rather have too much in there than not have enough. Because anything else, and you're just kidding yourself. Let's see what we got. We're at about 126 degrees. We're going to throw these under the broiler and finish cooking them in just a couple minutes. Is all it takes in there. So we'll be back here in just a second once we have a finished product. Put it on the top rack or underneath the broiler. Baby, 5 minutes! Here it is. I think I've told you before, I weigh everything. I can't do cups, I can't do this because I don't trust those. I don't know how many actual weight ounces there are in a product that I'm eating. Okay. That's about 3.5 ounces, which is probably way more than I'll eat. got some for work tomorrow. Yeah, that's starting to get good. Okay, you see how that's kind of browned? I normally get it a little bit more, but I'm afraid I don't want to overcook the pork chops either. So that's 3.6 ounces. And then I'm going to give my husband the 1.5 that I don't eat. And I'm going to cover them with sauce. Are you hungry? You look like you mowed the grass. My husband mowed the grass tonight. His daughter's coming down tomorrow with her 5 kids. I'm excited. So I'm kind of hoping to maybe do a video with the kids. Wouldn't that be fun? I don't know what we'll do. But there you go. I'm going to get a picture of this real quick. And there you go. So you see how I can cook for everybody, and we're all happy and satisfied, and the fat girl stays at bay, because she does come out to play sometimes, and she's a bitch. So, you ready for dinner, honey? Okay, we're going to eat. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you later. God bless you all.